So one of the issues I'm looking at, my question came in here. Someone just emailed in about, and you just touched on it, a special needs trust.
Right.
And they're mentioning that their kid is 25 years old. They own some property, and they're worried about their kid who's, email here says they're doing better, but how do you account for a child in this situation where they want to, you know, help the kid out long term, and
right.
after they're gone, what do they do?
Right. So what you're referring to is what's called a special needs trust. And this is, again, one of the benefits of having an estate plan and working with an advisor that's familiar with these things. The rules for special needs trust are very, very complicated, and the accounting rules are complicated as well. But it's something that can be done within the trust document itself. There typically are two different types of special needs trusts. You have a traditional, like I think with your clients. I mean, the question is if I pass away, how do I have the estates held for the benefit of my child who is currently receiving government aid? And then you have those people who are receiving government aid now while they're alive, and you want to be able to contribute to an existing lifetime special needs trust. So there are testamentary created special needs trust, or there are we create one during lifetime, and you're able to fund it and still use the funds for the beneficiary during your lifetime as well as their lifetime.
Is a special needs trust separate from your own living trust? So it's two documents?
Yeah, again, depends. If you set one up during lifetime, like a litigation-based special needs trust, then absolutely, it's a whole separate entity because you yourself haven't passed away yet. So your trust isn't creating one. You create one today. It's its own separate entity that you can actually fund and operate today. Most cases with clients, they say, well, if I pass away, I want to make sure my inheritance goes to my kids, but that inheritance doesn't affect the disqualification from them receiving government benefits. It's very simple. If all of a sudden your child receives $500,000 of an inheritance, the government sits back and says, well, now that the child themselves has $500,000, why would we put them on the public dole? Now you have your own source of funds. But when those funds are completely consumed in their care, okay, now they can requalify because now they're under a social welfare program. Okay, got it. So the government itself acknowledges that what it provides isn't sufficient beyond its basic, what do you call it, food, clothing, and shelter, okay? So it allows a parent, typically a parent, to create a side pot. We call it a special needs trust. To receive an inheritance, in my example here, $500,000, which is used to supplement what the child is already getting from government benefits and most importantly, without disqualifying them from receiving government benefits, right? So in the first example, you just list your kids as a beneficiary and they're receiving government benefits, boom, the good thing you did disqualified them. With a special needs trust, you're able to inherit in a special trust for them, which is used to supplement what they're already receiving without disqualifying them for receiving. Huge difference, very, very important, not only for the beneficiary, but also important for the parents to preserve, again, back to your previous question, to preserve all that they work so hard to accomplish during their lifetime. So special needs trusts are very, very important and, and necessary components for those types of situations.